But then you want to just paint the picture that Omar Gooding is on some suspect. And I ain't been on nobody's list, and I never will. Period. You ain't gonna find me but they gonna release the list. Well, you ain't gonna see Omar on there. You might see Cuba Gooding Jr. on there only because I'm not Cuba Gooding Jr. Just because they're your sibling don't mean you was cut from the same cloth.
Real life.
It ain't real life. Just ain't real thing. Real life street stars. You know what time it is.
Real life street stars. Hold on. We got him back.
Oh,
We back.
like I was running. We got him.
Yeah.
We caught it right before he hopped on the plane.
A celebrity status,
on now.
a highly acclaimed actor,
Come on now.
artist,
on now.
comedian.
Come on now.
Brother of a family, a son of a great.
That's what it is.
It's a lot.
I love it. Brother of a family. You're right. And
Brother
son
of a
great.
family. Omar
Brother.
Gooding.
Hey, say hey. What's up, man? Good
It was
to see y'all, man.
somebody called you Omar Gooding Jr.
Oh, they sure did. Somebody called me Omar Gooding Jr. earlier today. I read him a riot act. I'm like, what? And it was not African American. Only us that up. I don't know why. Why do only us that up? The white folk don't. They understand that Junior is not part of a last name.
Why do you
can't pronounce ambulance?
It was Cameron, right? Who
Cameron did. We jumped right into deep water. I love it.
right
Now, look, this is what I'm going to tell you about the Cameron situation. The man didn't do it purposely. He didn't say my name wrong purposely, but he said right. I should say that everything else was purposeful. You understand me? He's got his own podcast. He's got his own show, so he kind of says things they say. Now, the cool thing about it, this is why I've kind of diffused it, even though I have wrote 2 songs and they're in the chamber. But the reason why I kind of haven't released them yet is because I saw what he was getting at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he plugged 2 individuals that were in a movie with him called Percentage. Anybody in here see Percentage? Did y'all see
I've not
Percentage?
seen Percentage, but I know
Have you seen it
I know
since
the
you
movie.
saw the thing? You saw the movie? Yeah, it's actually a good film.
Yes.
Now, the thing about Cameron in that film is he wasn't paid in full Cameron. He was paid in full part 2 20 years later. That's why we shouldn't do sequels to everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't do sequels. Well, maybe what part 2? Knock it the off. Have you seen Ving Rhames lately, nigga? No, exactly. That's why we ain't doing part 2. You know what I mean? Tyrese loses goddamn mind every 12 days. We ain't doing part 2, nigga. It's not happening. That Taraji won
Jody, 20 years
$15 million a picture. Nigga, hold on, baby girl. We can't do part 2. John Singleton gone. Nigga, knock it off. But, some things you shouldn't do a sequel to. But Percentage 1 was a very good film, and he shot it out the 2 top actors. When you look at the poster for it,
Yes.
it's me, Ving, and him on there.
Exactly.
But Ving can't put 2 sentences together unless it says Arby's in it. So we got to leave him all the way out of that. And then, and me and Tyrese, we got our issues, but we grown now.
We're gonna talk about them issues. But
You can try.
let's do it like this. We can try. Let's do it like this. One thing
I don't like talking about people if they ain't in the room to defend themselves, but I will tell my story and tell my side.
And
if
we'll
you
go
present
from there.
the question, we'll go from there.
So speaking of that, we had
He said in a minute.
we had to jump right
In
into
a
it
minute,
because
nigga.
there was a situation where we interviewed Jaguar Wright. She spoke on you, and you weren't here yet. We brought you in the following couple of days, put your interview out and then hers out. And I think we had a conversation like, man.
Well, I think you put hers out before you put mine out.
And
So I thought, maybe you did her interview and then it turned around quick and then you put mine out so you didn't hear the shit she was saying. And I was like, nigga, you should have brought me in immediately when she was, all right, so just to all the energy I'm gonna give to that because it was so egregious.
It was
It was just, I have a problem with y'all. We can move furniture if we need to. You got to check a motherfucker when they say something wrong.
Yeah.
When I be watching these other interviews, a nigga say something that's just not wrong and right in their opinion, but just factually wrong, you got to say, well, hold on. Can we talk about what sense it makes? She made a statement towards my father who is deceased and John Singleton who was deceased. Neither one of them could defend themselves. We ain't gonna go there. We ain't gonna go how egregious both of those statements were. But then you want to just paint the picture that Omar Gooding is on some suspect shit, and I ain't been on nobody's list, and I never will. Period. You ain't gonna find me but they gonna release the list. Well, you ain't gonna see Omar on there. You might see Cuba Gooding Jr. on there only because I'm not Cuba Gooding Jr. Just because they're your sibling don't mean you was cut from the same cloth. You can have a brother or a sister that you don't really f with, but you'll kill for them at the same time. That's just how that shit works. At least when you're black.
Yeah.
We be like, that, yeah, that. No, I can say that, not you. You understand me? You know what I'm saying? So the situation, the that she said, I was just like, just fact check that shit. She was like, well, Omar did some shit for the part and Tyrese wouldn't. But they best friends. They've been in 3 other movies together. That don't even make sense. And the they I'm talking about is Tyrese and John Singleton. They were thick as thieves. But they were on a different side. For me personally, just being honest, I smoked, I drink. I still smoke and drink shit. You know what I'm saying? That's not how he got down. That's not how Tyrese got down or John Singleton. We like, Pat, Snoop stepped right off the little bus that they pulled him up to do the scene. He passed me the ball. I said, my nigga, wait, nigga, we about to start working. Then he passed it to Ty and John. They were like, nah, I don't do that. They got all weird about it. I was like, all right. I saw the divide there for me. Now that's for me. If you don't do that, then I just don't fuck with you. That's just why. You know.
Behind closed doors?
Say it again?
Behind closed doors, maybe they
Behind closed doors, what?
They might, the evil that do.
Be specific.
About drinking and smoking.
Yeah.
Why would you say the evils that do?
Because, we're about to go into Diddy next, but go ahead.
Well, because, because, I mean, I can attest to somebody and how they treat me. I can't tell you what they do when they leave me. My brother, I love him to death. He's 10 years older than me. 10 years older than me. I gotta understand what that means. If you got a little baby brother 10 years older than you ain't taking around all your friends, and you ain't including them in all your shit. That's a whole nother generation. He's pop locking, I'm rapping. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole 10-year gap between the two of us. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is, So, but I know how he is for me. Like when I was, little and I'd get into some shit, I'm gonna go get my brother. And he ran and chased down. You know what I'm saying? These niggas try to steal my little fancy bike I just got. I got excited about it. These motherfuckers chased me to the crib. I ran up, bro. He came running down. It was like, what, nigga, what are you yelling? Oh, he took off after these niggas. And then grown motherfuckers took off running. I'm like, that's my brother right there. Right? And then he walked back up to me. He said, what the f*** are you crying for? I'm like, nigga, I was happy until this, nigga. You know what I mean? Made me feel bad about crying. I'm like, oh, you right then, But that's my brother. What? But I can't attest to what the f*** he do behind closed doors. I don't attest to that. I can attest to how I feel about him and what I think, but I've also seen him do some shit that make no sense. Before all this shit started, this was on TMZ every weekend.
That's somebody, bar.
Naked and screaming wild. And I call him like, nigga, what the f was that about? I'd show up at the bar after your brother just left. Stay off the tables and keep your clothes on. I will. Well, that's your brother. You gonna do it too? Fuck no. I don't move like you see the with me. We don't move like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was just gonna ask you. Like, there's a lot of shit your brother might get into that you might necessarily get into, but you always get wrapped up into it. Are you tired of that?
No, but I don't always get into it because real recognize real. You know what it is. What I just said is for people not in this room, even though y'all go exactly. But there's people watching this because y'all got a great following and salute to y'all. Salute to y'all. Yeah. I don't think I fully took it. That's why I put the tie on this time. I said, man, there's a lot of watching this nigga.
Yeah, you did a million views. You did just at the
fast. No, but it does. Every time someone says something like, "Do you get tired of or do you this or that?" No, absolutely not. That's what I do this for. I do it for the interaction with the fans. I do it to be out in public and someone say, "Hey, that's Omar Gooden." That's right. Nah, there go Omar Epps. Where, nigga? Oh, you talking about me? No, nigga. It's Gooding. It's Gooding. No junior.
There's too many Omars.
No, but no. Seriously, if I have a problem with it, I'll stay my home. If I don't want to interact or if I don't want to get bothered by somebody, then I'll have security say keep them, blah, blah, blah. But that's not that's not how I roll.
So Omar, let me get your take on this because just about an hour ago, so Jay-Z's situation, court case got dismissed. Where the situation, the alleged situation.
Good.
When you hear like a Jaguar Wright say things, when you hear people going after like Jay-Z, do you feel like right now there's a witch hunt for black celebrities?
It's not even right now. It's been happening for a while. What I want them to start doing is persecuting the accuser. There's got to be did you accuse somebody lately? Nigga, just drop something. Say, not me, nigga, not me. I ain't know what persecute is. But I'm just saying, there's got to be some consequence. You couldn't just be able to just charge somebody with an allegation and then just go scot-free. Oh, never mind, drop the charges, I'll go back to my life. And I was anonymous. F you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Now you can kind of profit off of that.
My brother did, and it was amazing too, because I remember I was out and I was at a bar when it happened. And they were like, breaking news, Cuba Gooding Jr. in the news for doing some shit. And I said, oh, shit. And all the newscasters and shit were like, we have footage. There it is. And they showed the footage. This nigga was sitting in the chair next to his girlfriend, which I didn't know he had a girlfriend. I thought he was married. I thought that was some gangster shit. And some woman just sat next to him. And he said, yeah. And then she got up and left. And then cut back to the news anchors and they were like, unbelievable. I was like, nigga, what the fuck did we just see?
Damn.
I was like, can't wait to see what the charges are. Must be like rape or doing some crazy shit. And they said involuntary touching.
Yeah.
And I said, what the fuck does that mean? Well, if you touch a woman and she wasn't ready for it or some shit. And I said, well, nigga, do what? You can lock everybody up that I know. You can lock half of, I won't say this room. I ain't gonna say, they gonna pan the camera. No, nigga, I ain't here.
What is groping, right?
They didn't even say groping. Because groping is, at least that's like,
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? But the video that they showed, his hand went up and went down. I'm like, maybe it brushed the titty or something. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know what the I'm looking at that they thought it was good enough to put on the video. I said, this is crazy. And I'm saying, if they can just go after a brother and just be like, now he has a lot of things that went on in his life. And I'm looking at the ground like, can I say that? Well,
The ground said yes.
Hey, no, but there's a lot of things that happened right before that happened, and I was kind of like, all right, nigga. You know, and it wasn't, oddly enough, it wasn't the TMZ